I know y'all see it. TECK all in the studio together. At
Reunion
the same
episode.
Doggone time. It's Juneteenth this weekend.
Hey,
It's hotter than that thing in the middle today.
disrespectful heat.
You got to find the thinness. You got to put baby powder on the front and the back of you today. Because goddamn it, it's hot.
Oh shit!
We are running today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, as a holiday episode because, as I mentioned, it is Juneteenth. So get ready. Let's do it. Welcome to episode 254 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. We a bite, bitch. Sorry, I'm a little excited. I'm happy to see y'all. Y'all know I'm missing y'all and shit.
I am the Yerk J.
Only known as.
The Yerk J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman,
The gentleman.
the everyday gentleman,
24/7.
but better known as K Diddy.
Take that. Man, it's nice to be here with you, gentlemen. I miss seeing y'all.
Man, it's
faces
been a
in
while.
person,
Yeah, it's been a
man.
minute, man.
We will pick the hottest fucking day of the year.
Hey,
Shoot, they said it's the hottest day since like July 2012. Like it's been almost 10 years since it's been this hot.
And tomorrow gonna be hot.
this is the one day that I prefer to be in my job and supposed to sitting in my car on my break. Usually I go outside and just chill on my break. All that shit. Let me stay in the building. Goddamn it, it's hot as a motherfucker out here today.
I gotta wear a suit to work tomorrow. Like,
Oh, you gonna be cooking? What the Rock say? It's cooking.
No, he's gonna be like, what's the clip? Was it Hannibal? Who's doing the clip? Like, I'm getting cooked.
Adrian Bronner.
And that shit was so funny because it was true. That nigga was getting good. He's like, shit, I don't know what to do. He cooking my shit.
I'm trash.
Sport fact of the week.
We got a couple this week because they were all of the same ilk. But you know, we're to game 6 coming up of the NBA finals. So there are a lot of anniversaries of different people winning finals. On this day, June 14th, 1998, Michael Jordan hit the last shot against the Utah Jazz, winning
Push
his
off.
6th. He did push off.
He pushed off just like Klay Thompson pushed off, and someone might
Jason
have just sold
Tatum.
a little
I was
bit.
gonna say just
At
like
all
Jason
time.
Tatum does on every drive.
Every fucking drive.
Every drive.
Yep. So that was his 6th championship.
Iconic.
You know, the best way to ever end a career until
Yeah.
A buzzer beater.
he came back.
That was just an encore. That's all.
I enjoy Wizards. So
I did too.
I did too. Shit, dropping 20 a game on 40 years old. Come on
had
now.
this conversation. It's just that Jordan was so great that when he came back as an old man and was just giving you 20 a game, it was like, how dare you?
I'll take my 2 guard at 20 a game, no matter how old he is.
Oh, wait.
I got one for you, Ken. On this day, what were you doing on this day? I can't do math. 13 years ago.
Shit.
13 years ago. You was 20.
How do you,
One.
how you do that math that
I
quick?
was 21.
No,
You older than me, right?
Yeah,
I'm 33.
I'm 35.
I was 20
Oh, 22.
in
Oh, okay.
2009.
Well, goddamn,
So you
that's-
was 20. Yeah,
Shit, I
22.
don't know, B.
I'm pretty sure you were celebrating because that was the day the Lakers defeated the Magic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kobe's 4th ring.
Yes, sir.
They smoked them boys. Good
Hey.
Lord.
It was not a fun final for non-Lakers fans. I can tell you that.
It was an amazing finals.
I honestly thought that Magic team would have put up some.
Nah, they weren't supposed to be there.
It was supposed to be
the Cavs.
LeBron. Yeah, LeBron.
Well, Dwight was there.
That ain't what I asked.
So white around over here.
The white.
And it wasn't a championship, but it damn near decided the title last year, June 19th, 2021. The Bucks defeated the Nets in Game 7 of the East Finals.
Ooh, what a stressful
East
ride that
semifinals,
was.
sorry.
That was a good ass series.
Golly, it's fun watching it now that I know the outcome, but like living it in real time, my heart was just.
Yeah.
I stood for like the whole fourth quarter into like it was too much overtime, just standing up in my living room. Like,
shout out to Ashley because she'd already pre-booked a thing for Father's Day for me, which happened to coincide with Game 7. So like I missed everything until like, I came in like the last possession of the third quarter. So I didn't have to live the ups and downs.
ooh.
Like I just
Watching that nigga KD
like-
just cook our shit, bro.
just watching the fourth quarter in overtime by itself was like heart attack
was a
inducing. So like if I had to follow that roller coaster like the entire game, because it never even made double digits, right?
No, it was
Oh,
pretty,
Pretty
close.
close
Remember
the
that.
entire time.
That motherfucker just couldn't miss. That's what I remember.
And I feel
remember
like, like everybody remembers like the toe on the line and the him airballing the overtime, but like it gets lost. Like Giannis balled the fuck out. Like
Yes,
he had
he
like
did.
40. I think he had 40.
Chris
that
kicked
game.
in at the end of the game too.
Because
Yeah.
Chris and Drew.
Chris and Drew like showed up at the last minute,
Mhm.
and then Brooklyn could not score in overtime. So
Everybody was gassed. Everybody was. That's why KD missed the last shot in overtime. It just was short, and I was like, he ain't got no
Yeah,
more.
it was hard.
It's
There
been
were-
all used up, balls.
Yeah.
Hard balls.
if James Harden didn't do like a bitch ass foul at the buzzer, like there would have been 6 points total scored in overtime between the two teams. So that was a fucking
crazy.
war. And like I said, it essentially like obviously there was 2 rounds to go, but like that was the NBA Finals as far as
Oh,
I'm concerned.
facts.
So shout out to all those teams on their
Championship
anniversaries.
Hey.
for sure.
One for you, one for me.
We sharing.
It's both of ours.
All right.
All right, so listeners, speaking of both of ours, make sure you listen to both of our shows. So
Mhm.
Tech File Overtime exclusively on the Good News Network. Make sure y'all download that app.
Mhm.
Head to tgnradio.net from your phone. You can download the app from there as well, or just go to your app store. If you don't got the app, you can also check out the show on our YouTube page. Again, the second show, Overtime, is exclusive to TGN and our YouTube page. So you can't get that information, that content nowhere else.
Mhm.
Shout out to everybody who rocked with Overtime last week. Me and Tim had to hold it down for the squad. And I felt good about that. I was like, I can finally do something for everybody else. I've been sick for a while. They've been holding it down. Let me get back out here. We did Overtime on the 30 for 30 around and one called The Greatest Mixtape Ever. I believe we have like 100 views on it's our most watched
Dope.
YouTube video to this date, which makes me feel like y'all want more Tech File Cinema, which is perfectly fine. We can do that. We can do that.
Absolutely.
This week's show, though, on Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 Central time, you can hear us discussing the NBA draft.
Mhm.
My time has come.
All 4 of us discussing intel, discussing who our top 3,
Mhm.
prospects are. We all had the same 3, just in different orders.
Yeah.
One would say. Talking about what the Bucks should do during the draft, and then we ended actually doing a mock draft of the lottery and then 2 extra picks just to, make it even. But make sure y'all check that out.
Indeed.
The game that needs a name.
Can you do your homework this week?
No, I did not.
Tim, what you got for us?
This week let's do, since we're in the NBA Finals, NBA cities that got teams. So, in NBA city, yeah,
NBA.
There you go. You got it.
yeah, there we go.
You got it.
Cities with NBA teams. There we go.
Hey.
So in case you are new here, the game that needs a name is a rapid fire game that we play to, open the show up a little bit, where we have a topic, as you just heard. This week it's NBA cities, and we go around normally in tech order or clockwork, whatever order we go. And pretty much you got about 5 seconds to answer the question. If you don't, you out. Last one standing wins.
Fair enough.
Are we starting with Tim since it was his?
For sure.
Which way are we going?
Which way do we go? Which way do we
So
go?
We can go clockwise.
okay, so Tim. Okay, so Tim and me and Ken.
Actually, like
I had to be like,
You should have put the clock up. Okay.
I got you. All right, kick us off.
Atlanta,
Milwaukee,
Los Angeles,
San Francisco,
Boston,
Miami,
Toronto,
Salt Lake City,
Charlotte,
Philadelphia,
Memphis,
Portland,
Denver,
Phoenix.
Detroit,
Philly.
I said Philly.
Damn.
Both of you at the same time?
Damn.
Minnesota.
That's not a city.
But that's the team.
That's not a city.
But that's the team.
That's not a
I said
city.
San Francisco and Salt Lake City. That's not a city.
Oh, you did. Well, that's what I meant. Minneapolis. Like, it's the same difference.
It's not.
It's not. It's a state.
Congratulations, King.
Hey,
Finally won one.
I would have loved that.
I
Can we
got
get some
cheated.
air horns?
I feel like I got
Can we-
cheated on that. I feel like I got cheated on that.
Oh, hey, no. I would allow Minnesota though.
How you gonna allow a state?
Still, I mean,
Like,
I don't
it's
know.
the team. Like,
Yeah,
it's a team
though.
name.
Yeah,
Like,
I would allow it.
Cities?
So if you would have said Timberwolves, that counts as a city.
no, it's not the teams. That's not the city or the team. That's the team name. Like, that's different. That'd be like
Minnesota
me
ain't the
saying,
city of the team.
that'd be
It's
like
the
me
state of the
saying,
team.
We know it's in
Bucks.
Minneapolis.
Who know that? Most people probably don't.
The people who actually have the team.
Hey, you know how geography go for most people, but nonetheless, we can move on into the actual show itself.
It's on you, boss.
All right, he goes though. If you are new here, holiday episodes run different than our normal episodes. Normal episodes, we got somebody running point. We going through the list one-on-one, but for holiday episodes, we do it in a popcorn style. So we go in tech order with Tim, Eric, myself, and then Ken picking topics. And we keep going until our rundown is empty. So Tim, what are we talking about first?
Shit, we might as well go into these finals, bro.
There you go.
It's just
It
been
only took
epic.
him 5 years.
Yeah.
Leave out-
Leave me be.
4 years ago, he would have been like, let's talk about
PGA
What are we
Tour.
talking about? LeBron 4 years ago. Hell yeah, everybody getting banned and shit, but it's the biggest story in news right now. But no, these NBA finals, man, we're gonna have to do a check-in real quick. So up to this point now, from last week, we have Boston won game 3, and then Golden State won game 4 and 5. So now we are up 3-2 for Golden State. Boston has Nessus have 2 chances, but I damn near feel like they only got one more chance left before they go ahead and take that. 'Cause they really be losing 2 at home.
That's
So.
a Tim stat.
Hey, I'm just saying.
That's a Tim
I'm just
stat like a
saying.
mud. That's not a bell. That's a Tim stat.
But how are y'all feeling about these? Well, I can go ahead and just kind of lead into that. But last night, did y'all watch the game?
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, the second half, we recorded the first.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't.
That motherfucking game was fired up. But anyways, game 4, Steph reappeared and reemerged as motherfucking monster. I will talk about game 3, but fuck Boston. So
Church.
game 4, Steph reemerged, damn near outscored both of their quote unquote superstars. Game 5, he did not hit a 3, which is kind of wild considering.
First time in his playoff career.
It is, and then a couple of them was kind of like, okay, bro, you. What up, Dwayne? But yeah, it was kind of interesting that he didn't hit 3. And couple of them that we seen, especially the second half, was like, that's usually a Steph 3 right there. Like it was some clean looks that he had, but
Some
Say
nights
like
I just
me.
don't.
but Andrew Wiggins, he trying to get that. He ain't get that Larry.
He definitely trying to get this finals.
He ain't get that Magic Award. He's trying to get the Finals MVP because my
Definitely
man's been
trying.
balling.
I don't think he care about that finals MVP. He just care about that
That
finals championship. He want that O'Brien.
All-star and the champ in the same season. Hell yeah, he'll take it.
I mean, most,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
say most would. Yeah.
Give it to me.
But it was crazy watching game 5 with that being the case of how they won the game, because a game where Steph Curry goes 0 for 9 is a game you would assume the Warriors would lose. And after game 4 where Steph dropped 43 and had 10 rebounds, which again, this man had 10 rebounds.
10 boards, especially.
But after that game, everybody was like, oh my God, he did it by himself and he carried the team and he had him on his back and all of this and this and this. And I watched like all of the Warriors press conferences that night. And they were like, we gotta help. I mean, there's a game 5 gonna be different. We're gonna show up. We're gonna be there. We're gonna help. And I was sitting here like, oh, we'll see. Game 5 coming. What happened? They all showed up.
Mhm.
They said it's gonna be a team effort. We got you, Steph. Just give us 15, 16, and we can pick up the rest. It was fun to watch.
Game 5, Clay. I was telling the guy I was working out yesterday, and it was in had ESPN on, and he was like, "I just need Klay Thompson to step up, man." I was like, Clay shows up game 5, 6, and 7, like mainly 5 and 6. But game 5, Clay is damn near undefeated, bro. That motherfucker show up and goes nuclear game 5, series in, series out, and that motherfucker showed up again last night.
That's game 6.
And I don't think that this is like a nuclear.
It wasn't.
It
Klay
wasn't
Thompson.
nuclear, but he showed up still.
He was good for what we've seen like the rest of the series. Like he still didn't shoot like a crazy high percentage, but he hit some
Shot
timely
50 from the field and under 50 from 3.
Like he hit some timely buckets in the fourth. So like I don't disagree that he stepped up, but like I don't think like Game 6 Clay is
It's
a different animal. Like that's a whole nother, like that's what Steph did in Game 4. Like that's Game 6 Clay. Like that's the type of performance that we're talking about. Which is probably scary for Boston heading into Game 6. The interesting thing about Steph in Game 5 is that he looked hesitant to even take some threes. Like as the game went on, like you could tell he knew he didn't have it. But I still wouldn't say he played a bad game. He just shot poorly. But like everything else that he did was really well. He did really well. Like he fought on defense. Like he still created open looks for his teammates. He still attacked the basket much more effectively than his superstar counterpart on the other side.
And put that in there. I respect it.
I did come to a realization that I text you guys about. Marcus Smart. First of all, your flopping either hurts you or like leads to open shots for your teammates. Like I get it, like you try to grasp the rest, but at some point, like you kind of just gotta, play straight up. Yeah. You're supposedly defensive player of the year. Like you kind of gotta defend. like always try to get one over on people. Like like, bro, you just hoop. And like I realized that he's like the defensive version of James Harden, where like they're hella talented, but like they do all that extra shit that like
makes you hate
them. Not even necessarily that it makes you hate them. It's just like with Harden, it's like foul baiting. It's like, yeah, okay, like letter of the law, like yes, that's a foul, but like you're initiating contact with no intention to actually like put up a decent shot. Like you're creating fouls just to get to the free throw line. So it's like I get it, and like it's effective, I guess, to getting your team extra advantages like during the game, but at the same time it's like I just don't respect like the way it's like. So like I guess that is where like my animosity for Boston lies. Like you guys say I don't like Tatum, which isn't necessarily true. Like I want to see Tatum succeed. Like I like parts of ways that he plays.
Parts of ways that he plays. That's putting it nicely.
That's the nicest thing you'll have Eric say about Jason.
But like as a person, like I don't have any problem with him. Like
right, no.
Just on the court. If I was playing against somebody,
I mean, him giving up that wide open three to Clay.
It was just stupid.
It was
just like, why, bro? Like, why?
Like, get your ass up.
It's one of those things. Like, yes, there was a push off, but also yes, Marcus Smart. No, it was a push off. It was there, but he sold the like he didn't have to sell the contract the way he did. Like he could have just got back and played defense if he really wanted to, but he wanted to try to get a cheap call.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in WWE or AEW. Because that man's be selling.
Oh shit!
Shout out to Jordan Poole for getting a Marcus Smart flop call on Marcus Smart. If we doing it, then go ahead, JP.
Gary Payton the second too, on the one from Grant Williams. He just kind of tapped him on the hip. My man's oh shit, oh god dang.
Like I saw it slow down and looked like his feet got tangled up. Yeah. So was it a foul on him, just not where the contact was or called?
It looked like he had two left feet and he just kind of got that because he tapped him on the hip. But I hear you. That shit just coming back on him. Like I know, even though the Golden State is doing the same thing in that sense, I still don't condone it. Like even though it's against Boston, I still don't like the flopping shit. Like, bro, just play ball.
Just hoop.
So Draymond was like, he was in everybody's crosshairs. It feels like after Game 4, especially.
He sucked.
He did.
He said it himself. I played like shit.
Like the balls on Steve Kerr to actually bench him, because it's like it's like one of your best players, but at the same time it's also like one of the most volatile players in the league. Like you don't know, like if they had lost that game, like I don't know how Draymond would have reacted, but like it was the right move, and like Draymond couldn't say anything. Like I ain't play well, and I got benched.
How you
it
feel?
Was the right move.
How you feel about them saying that it's because of Draymond's podcast that some of these?
That's stupid. So.
I don't really have much to say besides this.
Because the thing is, like, they get interviewed after every game, so it's like it's just a long form interview
where he gets to answer his own questions.
Exactly. Like, if you're taking things away from the post game press conference, like God bless you. I mean, like, I wouldn't devote much time to it. Like, oh, we're gonna get the edge. We gotta watch what he says in this podcast. Like,
I got a post game presser scout.
And then honestly, too, when you playoff series like this, you head into game 6. You already know what other teams about to do. Like, y'all have already seen all the other moves. Like, at this point, there's probably not going to be any super big adjustments coming. You know how everybody play. You know what the schemes are. You just got to go out there and execute at this point.
so to that point, like, Boston was getting criticized for playing drop against Steph. And, like, I get it. Like, it looks bad when Steph is raining threes on you, but, like, that effectively cut off a lot of all the extra shit that Golden State offense does. So it's like, you were daring Steph to beat you. And he did, but, like, it took, 10 threes, 43 points. Like, it took an effort that clearly he couldn't replicate because, like, the next game he comes out and scores whatever. But, like, they changed up their defense a little bit where, like, they were trapping him a little bit more. They were hedging, like, they were much higher up on the screen. That unlocked the rest of Golden State's offense. So, like,
you can't take everything away.
You can't. So, like, I would be like, I guess daring Steph to beat you is probably not a good strategy, but, like, it was effective, like, through the first 4 games. And it's like their offense was the reason that they lost the 2 games that they game 2 was a lot. Their offense is the reason that they lost game 4. It's like, if you play better on offense, like, I would still stick with that same, like, okay, Steph, do it again. Like, the same thing that I said against like with Bucks opponents. Like, it's always like, hey, like, the strategy is sound, you just got to beat it, and, like, play the percentages, play the math, shut off what you can, and just live with whatever the other chips.
I know the phrase. I know
wherever the chips fall. Like,
that's the tricky part. Like, I agree with your premise, because Boston has been cutting off the paint. They've just been stacking, which is similar to what the Bucks would probably have done against State. Then you look at Steph's 3-point percent, like just his numbers over the series. Game 1, he was 7 for 14 from 3. Then he was 5 for 12, 6 for 11, 7 to 14, 0 for 9. Now, when you look at that, clearly the 0 for 9 is the big anomaly here. Like, he shot over 40% from 3.
Yeah, I think
series.
I want to say it's 24 for 50 going into game 5.
I was like, because he was 50% 2 of those games. It sounded like 6 for 11 over 50, and then 7 for 14 was 50. Like,
and then 6 for 11, 54. So, like, if I was a Celtics fan going into game 6 after Steph just put up a 0 for 9er,
yeah, he definitely coming out strong.
I would be nervous.
I'd be scared as shit.
I'd be nervous.
233 straight games, bro. He don't do that. He does. That's an outlier for sure. But, like, with the drop coverage, hell yeah, he mad. And then with the drop coverage and shit, like, yeah, you daring. Okay, you want Steph to beat you or not, but for the teams that have beat the Bucks like that, they've had career 3 nights. Like, you have to have somebody else have a career game. Boston don't damn near tried to do that last night. Nobody can hit threes on either side. Then all of a sudden, Boston hit 8 straight. I'm like, God damn, bro.
In the third quarter was nuts.
Al Horford hitting threes, then Smart hitting threes. Like, they hitting them back to back to back. I'm like, here they go. Here they go. But it goes back to what I was saying about Clay. Well, y'all saying he was hitting key shots, but Clay was the one that broke up the drought for the threes for them. And then he turned around and hit another 3.
And then Jordan Poole come in, and he hit some threes.
Then Gary Payton come in, and then, like, everything just kind of started clicking and shit. Like, it was I think Boston cooked, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. I think they cooked, bro, because, like you said, I don't think that Steph gonna have another 0 for 9er. And then you got game 6 Clay coming. Jordan Poole looked like he found his confidence last game.
Jordan Poole, like the hoes is watching. That's my favorite narrative about Jordan Poole, because it's true. Funny. He really do hoop like his girls in the gym, and he like let me
cook.
I saw a Reddit post where somebody like did the math and like, okay, how much money do we have to spend to be able to put baddies in every section? Like,
that's some wild shit. I used to hate them, but yeah.
You want one of them dudes when your girl comes to pick up, you wasn't sitting there dribbling, but your and one dribbles through
your I played within the system at all times.
I play within the system.
I got my threes. I played my defense. I can do what I had to do. The motherfuckers start showing out. We start losing.
Hey, fuck that. I'm coming down. Rain Man, motherfucker. Fuck it. Bang it, rain.
Like, bro, what got into you? You ain't never shoot like this. What's wrong with you?
What movie was that from?
Oh.
Fucking
Along Came Polly.
Yes.
Hilarious. He was out there trash, bro.
He was shooting out there, bro. Like, why are you shooting it so hard, bro? What's wrong with you?
Any other thoughts on the finals?
Like, I've learned not to count the Celtics out these playoffs. Like, they it feels like they have to make things as hard as possible on themselves. Like honestly, as a Bucks fan, like I know the feeling.
Maybe it's the Eastern Conference thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
But like if you look at even the last 2 games, like the Warriors scored 104 points and 107 points. Like those, you know, like the defense isn't the problem. Like they just have to play better offensively. And like I know it's not as simple as that. Like obviously Golden State has the second best defense in the league, like for a reason. Like it's not gonna be easy, but like I think if they play better offensively, like they're definitely still in this series. And like I said it from jump, like Warriors in 7. So like I'm still counting on like it's still going 7. And honestly, I'm not ready for basketball to be done, so like I wouldn't mind it as much as I don't like watching ball play.
Now, you know, I was having that same thought last night. Like, dang, do I want? Because I picked Golden State. I think I don't know if I said in the games, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go 7 because Boston always make things hard on themselves. I was sitting there last night and I was like, I just want this to be over. I'm so tired of watching Boston. I have realized as the playoffs have gone on how much I really don't like this team. And I haven't liked Boston for a long time, but I thought I'd be able to push it to the side.
Because it came out the East, right?
No, I just thought I'd be able to be like, you know, it's gonna be a fun finals, how they match up, and I'm gonna look forward to watching the basketball. But all I found myself doing is just cheering for Golden State, way more than I thought I would.
I knew that was like I knew it was crazy. Like when I was rooting for Miami in the Eastern Conference, like I'm like I really don't fuck with this team. Like Miami, like, aside from whatever team James Harden is on, like Miami is like my least favorite team in the league to watch. And like the fact that it was like, oh, like I came in like without like a dog in the fight, and then like as I watched the game, I was like, yes, and, like, come on, Jimmy. Like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Like, yeah, so like I don't like fuck ball.
I guess to be fair, Wisconsin has been represented, quote unquote, in the last 3 rounds because you got Poole and Looney. Then in the round before that,
Hero.
Jimmy was here and Hero, and then us, of course. So I can see kind of leaning towards the Wisconsin. It may not be the case, but I can see. Like subconsciously, like
just hate Boston.
Yeah, fuck Boston, bro. Fuck Paul Pierce too. You don't got shit to do with this.
Look at these idiots.
Actually, you know he do like he's the only NBA player that I've seen like actually wear his top 75 jacket in public. Like it's like he won't. Top 70, like
Acknowledge me.
right, exactly. It's like,
I'm not mad.
Bro,
I don't hate him.
Hey, no.
If I had a 75 jacket, I probably, well, maybe if I was already in top 75.
at a basketball game, like sitting courtside, like, and it's hot as fuck, like you in that leather ass jacket
in Boston, so
inside, like you.
Everybody know who you are.
You wearing that for a reason, like, and it ain't because it's just like, oh, it's a cool jacket, like, no.
Okay, so game 6 is Thursday. Will the series be over Thursday night?
No.
Tim says yes, no.
No.
It's on 7.
Yeah.
Who at home?
Boston.
Yep, it's over.
Yeah,
Oh my God! What I would love to watch Boston lose on their own home court. You know what? I'm going with Tim on this. Yes.
I ain't get my hopes up. Like
If
I'm
we come back here and Boston actually win this whole thing, I'm gonna be sick.
see that's all. Like I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. I got some takes cooking, but I'm not gonna let them.
Oh yeah, we be chilling.
I'm not letting them go until the job done. What Kobe say? Job not finished.
Oh boy, and the whole Kobe narrative with Tatum and all that stuff too is
that
Hey
him
man,
or the
looking
media?
looking at these shooting percentages.
But is that him or the media?
Whoa!
Honestly,
what a jab.
I mean,
Hey,
Kobe was
bro.
the
Like is
Kobe
Kobe
got the
known for
job done.
efficiency? No,
no,
Like,
he wasn't. He was the
He got
hardest
the job
shot
done.
making.
I feel like in the playoffs he wasn't putting up Tatum numbers though.
Look at game 7
I'm
against
talking
the
about
Boston.
I'm talking about the series, like the series. Whole,
I
not
feel
just-
you. Like I mean, Jason Tatum is having the worst shooting percentage performance. I want to say in 50 years.
Like 26% or some shit like that.
Well, this was before game 5.
But here's the thing too with the comparison between the two, like their games aren't a 1-to-1 match. Like
Yeah, no.
Kobe was predicated on him getting a bucket, and Tatum can get a bucket, but Tatum's gonna also give you he's gonna pass the ball, he's gonna try to make the right plays, he's gonna play some defense. So like comparing them 1-to-1, I feel like it's a little bit unfair as it is, but like
He's not Kobe. Like,
he ain't Kobe.
Yeah. So this was on the 12th. What was that?
Yeah, no, the 12th was Sunday.
Okay, yeah. So going into Game 5, Jason Tatum was having one of the worst shooting performances in finals history on a minimum of 80 total attempts. It's Tatum and a bunch of dudes. The tweet says a bunch of dudes that were playing against plumbers and firemen. But yeah, like the most recent player that shot worse than that was Jerry West in 1972.
Yeah.
I'm looking at his stats. Game 1, he had shot 17%,
Yes.
but then he went 42%.
That's the game that buoyed him.
17%.
Yeah, 42%, then 39%, then 34%, then he shot 50% last night.
Yes, that raised him up. But like going into game 5, he was shooting 34% from the field.
Ooh.
And like honestly, his 3-point shooting hasn't been that bad.
Mm-mm.
Like
No.
it's all twos. Like I think he's still shooting like sub 35% from 2-point range.
Yeah, because he's 45% from 3.
Which I wouldn't expect with this matchup that he would have trouble at the rim. 4 and Tulane, like, well, Tulane kind of, but like at the rim, like I wouldn't expect him to have.
You know, like I don't remember. I listened to a couple podcasts. I don't remember who exactly it was. Oh, it was Bill Simmons. Which, that's a great listen after a Celtics loss. I'm just like I'm sitting there cheesing like, yes, like the salt of your tears are
Refreshing.
right. He's like, yeah, they don't even have any rim protectors. I'm like, Kevin Looney is like blocking everything at the rim these playoffs at least. Like, and Draymond's always on challenge. So like, yeah, they don't have like a traditional like Rudy Gobert center, but like they do have rim protection.
Yeah.
Before we move on, can I just ask y'all a hypothetical?
Mhm.
If the Bucks and the Warriors actually met in the playoffs, assuming both rosters were healthy,
Bro, you already know my answer.
I was in a group chat with some of my peoples last night, and
The answer is always Bucks and 6.
they said it would have been over for the Bucks against Golden State, and I said
Healthy Middleton.
healthy.
Ooh.
Bucks and
Bucks.
There's like the Bucks gonna get ate up with that drop coverage just like the Celtics getting ate
They
up.
not getting it up.
Narratives, man.
And Draymond Green can't stay in front of Jaylen Brown. Like good luck with Giannis.
Oh, not Giannis. Wasn't nobody finna stop Giannis.
Nobody on
Nobody.
that roster can stop y'all.
And they don't even flop like Boston, bro. Like, like Boston got hella offensive fouls because them motherfuckers is acting like Giannis is Superman, throwing him out the stadium every time he went down the lane.
Draymond fouled out 3 times in these finals already, and they not playing Giannis. Like,
That's a great. I didn't even think about that point of it, but look at Tim in the comment. I said what I said. Hey, man, listen, man. I'm just telling you, it ain't what you think. It ain't what you think.
Hey, you put Drew go post up Steph because we see Marcus Smart doing it. Like
They're
Drew gonna do that.
And they're going to completely abandon Draymond. You shoot threes.
You shoot him.
You shoot.
Looney shoot him.
Looney.
Wiggins would have been tied up. West would have probably been on because they would have put West. West probably would have been chasing Steph.
Or Drew. Like you got Drew. You got
And
West.
Drew probably would have been on Clay to kind of preserve some of his energy because Clay can't really go left and right like that. But West has always been on the team's best scorer. So they would have put him on Steph. Drew was very good defensively too. Would have been chasing around either Wiggins or he probably would have been on
They
Wiggins.
probably put Middleton on Wiggins.
Whoever.
So I mean, like,
it'd have been nice. It'd have been a nice matchup.
all I want to say, I'm not even gonna say like Bucks would have definitely won, but that's a matchup I really want to see before. Like we don't have prime Steph anymore. I really want Giannis, Steph, NBA Finals. I need that to happen. Sorry.
Before, we keep saying before we move on, but Andrew Wiggins, like I just want to give him his flowers because of the way he
Facts.
played, especially in games 4 and
I
5.
fuck with him, dog. I'm just saying, you know, Wiggins been doing this. He had a good year. Like he's been really good in their system and shit like that. Like he's really kind of he's bounced back. Honestly,
It's funny when you remove expectations
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of let a player be who they are. To tell me where Oda went 7.
yeah, because the Bucks can't seem to not fuck themselves over. So I believe I'm with you on that. Well, it definitely would have went 7.
But I forgot what I was even talking. Oh, Wiggins. Yeah, taking the expectations off of him, putting him in a system where you don't have to be the lead guy. You can just fit in and be a star in your role. I love the way that he's able to use his athleticism on the Warriors now. I just like watching him play at this point in his career. It's been fun.
My man's be bored too.
That's like because the way that he goes, like the way that he rebounds is really interesting because like he just like goes up like super skinny and long, and then just like you just keep going and going and going, and then you're like, oh, you got the ball, okay, like,
Them hops coming in.
right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Use
so-
a vertical to help the team. I like it. All right, Eric, what we talking about next?
where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? We can go to Mr. Fuck Up.
Mr. Fuck.
Mr. Can't Get Right.
Oh damn.
Oh, I was gonna say who was a couple in the news this week.
No,
I know he's talking about when you said
for sure,
Mr.
for sure.
Habitual.
AEW star Jeff Hardy has been arrested again for a DUI. Him here dancing.
Doing a Jeff Hardy dance. That's
Man, he ain't gonna be able to do this shit no more.
That's messed up.
Like,
I don't know,
damn, bro.
with our lax DUI laws, like right back out on the street now. But yeah, he's arrested for DUI. He was, I think, 3 times the legal limit in Florida, which is Florida, man. Yeah, he has been suspended from AEW. Don't drink and drive, please.
It ain't worth it.
We got way,
it's way too many
way
options.
too much.
Also,
not
don't try
one.
to blame Matt either. Like,
You
Matt
can't blame
isn't
Matt.
Jeff. Some people have been like online, like, man, Matt needs to go ahead and try to help his brother. I'm like, bro, he's his own person. He's a grown ass man who's been doing this shit from promotion to promotion to promotion. Like, come on now.
So, when you have family members who have struggled with addiction, I will speak from somebody with experience and say, you cannot help nobody who don't want to help themselves. And that's the hardest part of it as somebody, if you love somebody who's struggling with an addiction, because you want the best for them, you want them to get better, and you communicate that to them. You show them that they're supported, and they still make whatever decision that they are going to make. And people to try to put that on Matt Hardy is just irresponsible. You can only do so.
Jeff's always been one of my favorite wrestlers. Always. So whenever this happens, like, I'll be hurt. Like, oh damn, come on, man, just try to get right,
Like
bro.
we were talking about last week with Marion Barbers, like the way that these people entertain us leads to issues that they have later in life. It's like Jeff Hardy puts his body through hell, like
True.
so
Well,
that he
no,
self-medicates like to feel better.
He had a ladder match on Wednesday. Had a ladder match on Wednesday.
And Booker T even said it, he's like, yeah, all this shit that he's doing to AEW, like that probably, like his body is hurting. Like I'm sure like that's probably leading to like WWE caught flack for like the way they handled his departure. Let's put it that way. But like WWE has a system in place where they kind of protect the wrestler from themselves. Like they're not gonna put Jeff Hardy in extreme ladder matches every week just because like, oh, the fans want to see it. It's like
He's willing to do it.
Jumping off the Titantron.
yeah, like
Nice
We
try.
ain't gonna do this again.
Hey, he jumped off a window ledge last time I seen Jeff Hardy. Like, dog, like Vince was protected. Like you said, they protect themselves, but damn, bro. Like, and I even said it, I think I've said it to y'all, like, that's not even taking into account how many times that maybe he did run into a couple cops who just like, hey, I fuck with you, Jeff. Let's go home.
Yeah.
or the fact that he just didn't get stopped because he was
Yeah,
while
didn't
he
get caught
was
that time.
That too.
like,
Sad business. The Stanley Cup final is set. We have the Colorado Avalanche going up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay is 4 wins away from becoming the very first Big Four pro sport team to three-peat since the LA Lakers did so in 2002. We have not seen a three-peat since 2002. It's been 20 years.
I could not name a single. Actually, I can't name a single player in the Stanley Cup final.
Oh, I can't either, but I'm gonna be tuned in like I know all of them.
I swear, playoff hockey is fire. Yo.
I've been enjoying it when I catch it. So the Lightning are visiting the Avalanche. Game 1 is tomorrow, Wednesday. Colorado is actually the clear favorite in this series, which is interesting given the fact that Tampa Bay just won 2 championships. So I'm very much looking forward to watching how this shakes out.
But I understand Tampa Bay kind of took the regular season off. Like they kind of because again, like they had the bubble season, then they had last season. Like it's similar to the NBA. Like they kind of had to get through all these seasons to get back on schedule. So like they're going for their 3rd championship in a matter of what, like a year and a half or something like that. So yeah, so like they took the regular season. So like I can understand why Colorado might be favored because they probably been more dominant.
Looking at the records, it's only a 5-game difference between the two. Tampa Bay 51-23-8, and Colorado is 56-19-7.
Colorado was also 12-2 in the postseason.
Mm.
They have not. They have just been.
So they ain't had to go through no adversity.
or maybe they're just mollywopping everybody.
Molly.
They ain't had to go through no adversity.
Molly.
Like, it sounds like Tampa Bay had to put a little bit of work in, and they might be able to.
So apply that logic to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, so then that if I was to apply that, that means that Boston would go 7.
Exactly. or your
I don't-
Boston gonna win.
I don't want to do that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
This ain't they fighting hockey. You can't fight in the NBA.
Fam, be
Go ahead,
consistent.
whoop somebody's ass and put them on the bench for a game. Like we can't do that in the NBA. Can't do that in the NBA.
Tim ain't gonna get cornered.
Nope.
He's not gonna.
No,
People won't admit nothing.
no, I'm not applying it. I said it before I even said anything. I'm not applying that.
It's gonna be a hypocrite.
He
I
knows.
ain't being a hypocrite. It's two different sports.
He knows his goose.
That's still a
Apples,
game.
bananas,
That ain't how hypocrite
pears.
works,
There's a
motherfucker.
whole bunch of different fruits.
That ain't how hypocrite works.
And then he just turned the whole conversation.
Hey, listen, I don't even know what y'all talking
He tried
about
to
right now.
Voodoo. Probably
Yeah.
talking
I don't know
to
how we got
somebody.
the fruit. Anyways,
You.
Oh.
That's how we got the root. Bro.
Oh, that's a wild boy. That's a wild boy. Yeah,
Word.
we'll be on that.
Well, I'm talking about my boy Cody, man. He had a successful surgery.
hey.
Unfortunately, he'll be out of action for what, 9 months?
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's a
WWE
long
said-
ass time, nigga. That's why when I read 9 months.
He's like, wait a minute.
WWE said 9 months,
Jesus Christ.
but other reports are saying 4 to 5.
I'm not
Like,
gonna
I
lie,
feel
like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just like Cody being gone. Like I have no interest in watching Raw.
Oh damn.
That was his like.
That's the reason why I watch Raw every week. I DVR'd Raw, nigga, every weekend
From
so
what
I
I
can watch
understand,
Cody.
they building the show around
They
him. So
are.
like,
So I was like, what you gonna do now? Like what?
Seth Rollins is still there.
That ain't who we tuning in for.
He make everybody else look good.
Seth is cold.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I'm saying. He makes everyone else look good.
I'm gonna be.
So now you finna start bringing back all the old niggas. Go, they finna hit up Goldberg.
John Cena gonna be back next week.
Oh, you know.
I'm on
I don't give a damn about John Cena.
That's still one of the best theme songs.
Actually, I was talking to Sam about that last night. It was a clip that showed up, and it was Cena rapping his intro. I forgot who he had with him. He was coming down. He had the pyros in the background, fire and shit. I was like, as much flack as some cats that really did not. John Cena was the epitome of what you are looking for in a WWE superstar, from start to finish, from the character changes to the way he gets the reactions from the crowds to the way he was able to carry the brand, the championships, the interactions with cats. Like John Cena literally was the epitome of what Vince, in essence, looks for. Like The Rock was like that for a hot second. Stone Cold was like that for a hot second. Like you have these cats who are
Stone Cold was there for a while.
no, Stone Cold was hurt.
Huh?
He was
Yeah,
hurt
he
a
had
lot.
to run in the 90s. It was maybe
Yeah,
about
then he
three,
did get hurt.
maybe 4 years.
Yeah,
or so.
like
Yeah.
even though we remember Stone Cold, it wasn't that long
It
of
was
a
just
run.
iconic.
Exactly, but John Cena literally had years.
But the thing too with Cena that's different is like it was really just him for some years.
I mean, Taker was still around. I mean, literally,
No,
like,
but
no,
like
but I'm
week
just
to
like-
week, like he was like Cena carried that company for
Like it was him.
a decade solid.
And part of what tanked the company for a while was like they didn't have no one to put up against. That's part of why Stone Cold's run was so iconic and The Rock's because they had each other to
Yeah,
Not to
Classic.
mention they had like Triple
Triple
H,
H,
yeah.
Taker in his prime.
Kurt Angle, Mankind, like all these people were like hot, fuck, like at the same
Yeah.
time. Like you could cycle through like different main eventers, like monthly.
Cena.
Damn,
I
near.
respect John Cena for what
Yeah.
he did with the company. Only thing I'll disagree with what you said was character changes. That man was the same outside of he stopped rapping as much.
Yeah. But like they understood like how to calibrate him, so like he like basically he was a face to kids and a heel to adults, and like it still worked
Yeah.
because like he got a strong reaction from both sides.
yeah, like so I'm kind of excited for that. And Cody made so Big E got his neck brace off now.
Good for him.
Shout
That's
out
what's
to
up.
Big E.
Glad to hear
Yeah,
that.
shout
So
out.
now
That's
I'm like,
what's up.
okay, if Cody, let's just say hypothetically, he comes
Mhm.
back at the Royal Rumble.
That's what it look. If
I
they
feel
say
like
9
that's what
months,
they said.
yeah.
You can have Big E come back at the Royal Rumble if he's
Can we?
if they go let him wrestle
I
again.
don't
You can
want-
have Big E come back.
He can big slow
Take
roll.
his
him.
I
time.
hear you.
like
but
manage. You can come back and manage.
They have a lot of cats. We didn't think Edge was gonna come back yet.
but still.
That
And
took
also
like
took
12
like
years.
decade. Like yeah.
But even then, they've slow rolled his matches. Like he don't wrestle, and like he wrestled maybe twice a year, maybe.
Like
Big E ain't Edge.
But, and also
True. It's
Edge
newer.
had 12 years. Big E just got hurt a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But like WWE putting out, oh, he's gonna be out for 9 months, makes me think that they're setting him up like, oh, look, he
Surprise return.
surprised return and look like how superhuman he is. He really, he
Win
recovered
Rumble.
like John Cena. Like I feel like they will always like put out John Cena's gonna be out for 6 months, and then he come back in like
2
2
months.
and like, oh, Super Cena. Like
super
like-
season.
again, like you have to keep in mind that this is a wrestling business. Like nothing that they really put out is probably truthful.
Yeah.
So they always
Take
work
it all
an
with a
angle.
grain of salt. It's always a work. No, I'm shout out to Cody though. Like successful surgery, that's great. Because that shit looked bad.
Yeah.
That looked terrible.
Yeah, I was wondering why they let him wrestle, and then they said because it couldn't do nothing worse to it.
Yeah.
It already was what it was. It was completely torn off.
He was talking
Oh.
about he was saying it came to a point where he couldn't feel nothing.
He just throwing his arm.
Yeah. I was like, that's crazy, though.
You can't say muscle memory because it wasn't there. Like,
I mean, he
damn.
just wasn't using it. So
But Seth did a good job of keeping him safe too.
Because that's a good word.
That's why so cold. Yeah, so cold. Him, AJ Styles, like cats like that. I like AJ. They ain't doing nothing with AJ like that.
Ain't he hurt?
Ish.
No.
No, he was feuding with the
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. They kicked Edge out of
Yeah,
Judgment
yeah,
Day.
yeah.
And
Finn
Finn
Balor.
Balor is in.
Yeah.
Rumor has it they kicked Edge out because they want to bring a supernatural feel to it.
And he said no.
And he said no.
I'm not doing that.
I'm like, bro.
He's like, for what, bro? This ain't the night.
But he just had the blood like the broom.
No, but he was saying like where we at, from what I understand, is this is good. Like, we don't need to take it up no
They
further
didn't.
notches.
No.
Like if we gonna have blood, cool, but we don't need to be sitting here doing the Bray Wyatt.
Seances and all that
We
type
don't
of
need to
shit.
do all that. We are good.
He
at
might as well
this
bring the
stuff.
Fiend back if you want all that.
Speaking of which, he could come back in the Rumble.
No.
But then we got
No,
SummerSlam.
like,
We got some
I was gonna say, we're
Survivor
like
Series.
6 months away from the Rumble.
Like,
Like,
I don't have no Rumble thoughts, but also to be fair, I don't really care about wrestling. I just kind of read, like, keep up with it
Mhm.
and watch the reviews. But like my interest in it as a whole has completely nosedived because storylines are repetitive. It's the same things over and over. Not Cody Rhodes. From the New Day. Kofi had a post. No, not Kofi. Xavier Woods had a post like this is the 14th week in a row. We're getting ready to fight Butch and them. Like, I can't wait to be free. And I was like,
I
that's
hear you.
exactly. It's like I can't keep y'all doing the same stuff. I can just tune in on the Big Four and get a recap, and I'll be cool.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'll be.
Oh,
Cool.
what about Money in the Bank? No.
Again, I live with somebody who loves wrestling, so
Ah,
I
yeah, that's
see
fair.
it, but it's
That's
not
fair.
something I'm like tuning in for myself. Like if Raw's on, he's watching Raw. I'm normally on my phone with something else on.
yeah, I think I'm at the point where it's like I'm not putting any much forethought into like, oh, I wonder where this storyline is gonna go or this storyline. It's just like when I watch it, it's like, oh, what happened? Like
Yeah.
catch me up, and then it's like, oh, okay. And
feel
like
like-
I don't feel like I lose anything from because like actually you probably are better off that way because then you don't see like all the times that they fucked up. Like you can see like the promo package is just like the story that they actually want to tell.
True.
And then that sets up the match perfectly.
True. I was say that's what happened kind of last night. They started off, and then me and Sam was kind of watching it, and then as the match was going on, I was like, "Well, that de-escalated quickly." It went from interest to all right. What's on now? So I feel that. Is it my turn? Let's see what we got. Let's talk some money. Talk that money talk. Billionaires in the building. We got LeBron James. LeBron is now part of the Billionaire Boys Club. What you mean? Where'd it go? I found it. Wait, I lost it.
Dude, what Titonia Wardle saying? I'm always just talking about a dump of you guys sport knowledge, and then you know everyone.
Hey, bro.
Hey, four heads are better than one.
Yes.
Yeah, this is true. Somebody's
Fact.
watching something.
It's a fact.
Okay, so both LeBron James and Tiger Woods.
in case you're
Hey, that's my
unfamiliar
guy,
with how
Tiger.
we.
In case you don't speak Tim.
Tiger Woods.
Sorry, I don't speak to you.
Tiger Woods.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I think at this point I might have a PhD in Tim Lane.
A PhD. I ain't trying to learn that shit.
Hey, every now and then I gotta hit it with a swiggle wiggle, you know? You can always learn something new.
See, she knows what that means.
I wonder how many people actually have a couple degrees and can speak.
Ain't
I
that
don't
many.
think it's too many.
Ain't that many.
Like the history class, it's hard to pass.
Because it changes. The rules change every time you show up.
Anyways, both LeBron James and Tiger Woods now have an estimated net worth of at least $1 billion, according to Forbes. They joined Michael Jordan as the only athletes to reach the mark. Now, James became the first active NBA player to log 10 digits in his net worth just last week. He already knows his first splurge purchase. In an interview on his talk show this week, he said he wants to buy an NBA team in Las Vegas.
You already throwing it out there like, hey, Adam. When
When
it
the time
comes,
Just know.
understand.
I'm at your door.
I'm here. Give
That's
it
gonna
to
be
me. Give it to me.
Brian, you can't be playing. I guess I'm retired.
Is Ronnie here yet? Yeah, okay, we out. Okay,
Bet, say
cool.
less.
What's crazy though, is like if he spent every dollar that he had, like he would be able to probably like half of basketball team.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
gonna
not even
cost.
like
It's gonna be an ownership.
money's crazy, man.
That's a wild shit.
Like the difference between $1 million and $1 billion is $1 billion.
Yeah.
Damn.
Essentially.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. You don't need 999.
99.
I can't even fathom that type of. I don't know what I. If I woke up one day
And that was just in your account.
and it was 10 digits, first of all, I'd be like, something wrong.
The government after me. Somebody trying to set me up. God damn it, don't come to my house.
It's a plot. It's an evil plot.
Excuse me. Who is that?
Nothing.
I ain't invite nobody today.
Triple T said, "Watch LeBron buy a team and give Bronny the bag."
I can see that too.
It makes sense. I
Shit,
do.
look what he did for Tristan Thompson.
I mean, shit, look what Giannis did for Thanasis. Like, yeah, it's all about throwing that alley.
Even J.R. Smith got his brother in the league for a little bit
Mhm.
when he was hot on the Knicks.
Damn, I forgot J.R. Smith brother was in the league.
Well, man,
Chris.
little flash.
Man's like the 6th best player on that Louisville team and somehow made it to the league.
J.R. Smith was that guy for a second.
Yeah.
In New York.
I don't get it.
He always had the potential to be that guy.
No, J.R. Smith.
Like he was like the 4th best player on that Knicks team. Like it's not like you.
But still, like the potential in essence, like when he was in
He was
Denver, he had
flashy.
the potential.
By the time he was on the Knicks, he was damn near 30. Like his potential was out the window.
He was under
at that
30 though. He still had potential.
point. 28, you in your prime. Like it's potential out the door at that point.
Then he joined the Cavs. And then
It
he
was
had
a role
that-
player.
He had a great.
He did.
Mhm.
He had that one hiccup.
A championship costing hiccup probably. I think after that game, I think LeBron was like,
He's like, I'm good on you, boss.
honestly, after they lost that one, they didn't win in this. Like it was over. Like any hope I had about this Cavaliers winning that one was out the window as soon as I saw how when he's on the bench and he's like, "We have a punt," and then he just put his head down on the bench. LeBron was just head in his hand the entire break. I said, "Oh, they about to lose this overtime period. It's over."
Wasn't that the season he traded all his friends away too?
Yes,
Got all his guys.
it worked. He got him where he was.
Yeah, I was like,
supposed
you built the squad.
Well, that team initially, everybody like, oh, they got D Rose, they got D Wade,
to be. Shit, we can go back and
they
hear
got
our time.
LeBron.
We was recording
I
during
was
that
gonna
time.
say, like, I definitely said they were getting swept. So
Yeah.
I don't know
He
what
knew from the beginning.
Then he traded everybody.
As he should have.
Yeah,
In retrospect.
sounds about right.
Yeah, what a winning move.
Like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, bro. I love you, but you gotta go.
At least he sent
He
D Wade back to Miami.
Miami, yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's his guy.
That's wild.
And
He
he-
sent D Wade back to Miami.
And he created the cap space for the Lakers to sign him in that offseason
Wow.
with the Jordan Clarkson trade.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And Wade went back to Miami and kind of rejuvenated himself because
He ended the way he should have.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like we just all collectively act like those 2 years didn't happen. Like he was never on the Bulls or the Cavs. Like you just with
Miami.
the entire time.
Like the Bulls, I'll remember a little bit more because it was the hometown team.
Mm-hmm.
But
Cavs,
Cavaliers,
yeah, I
I
don't
don't even know what he looked like in that jersey. I put that completely out of my mind. I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to go look either. That was rough.
Not the way he's one of my favorite players. I didn't like seeing him.
He was
Just like-
ugly.
I just put Dwayne Wade face over Deion Raiders.
Oh
Like,
no.
in the memories, like it's just like he was just
He's
there
flying
the whole
underwater
time.
too.
Hell no.
Not flying on the
Flying underwater, bro.
Yeah.
My man's flipped out. That was Deion Waiters was on that team.
It was him who was flying underwater.
Did they trade him too? Or did they cut him?
No, they traded him like the first year the Brown was back. So he was long gone by that point.
What? Deion Waiters ain't in the league right now.
No.
Right?
Nah,
Oh,
I think he was done after the bubble.
Fine.
No, because he was on the Lakers in the bubble, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, he sure was.
It was.
Did you enjoy that?
He ain't
You
playing.
do. I wasn't there to enjoy
Him, JR, like it was
It was
just there for the ride.
They swear, yeah.
Hey, I mean, they wasn't testing him in the bubble. Like that was the perfect place for him.
Yeah. Again, go back. Somebody said, I forgot who said it. I think it was on y'all show.
72 and 10.
Yes.
Podcast speaking way in the room.
Said TJ1 was going crazy in the bubble. You know it had to be crazy. That was some wild shit. But
Pearl dropped like 50 one game.
45, then
Yeah.
47, then 55. Like, yo, what the hell is going on here?
Eric, what's the next time?
I I have two that are semi-related, and one isn't in the doc, so I'm just gonna take it. Chargers owner Dean Spanos is being sued by his sister Dia Spanos Berberian. That's not like Burberry. For alleged misogynistic behavior and repeated breaches of fiduciary duty. The lawsuit was filed in California and calls for Dean Spanos to be removed as a co-trustee. In semi-related news, it broke about an hour or two ago that the Phoenix Suns had a employee quit because of what she deemed essentially a hostile work environment that was sexist and misogynistic. So if you remember, the Suns are already under NBA investigation because of a toxic work environment that was sexist and misogynistic under owner Robert Sarver. So a lot of bad business going on in the pro sports world.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Deshaun.
Deshaun? Oh no!
Ain't
Oh,
point.
no.
Like, we already said our piece on that man. So, it's my turn. Dude, can you cue up the blow the whistle?
Oh, get to it.
They did it for fun.
All right, now that's enough out of you. You know what? Tee his ass up.
Stretch. Get this one off. I happened to see a TikTok come across my feed with a woman parting another woman's hair, and the caption said, "I charge for parting."
What?
Is that what we are in this society?
What?
That we charge it for basic pieces of the hair care? Come on, man. We charge it for parts. For parts, y'all already, when people get our hair braided, y'all already want us to come have our hair washed and blow dried before we even walk into the door to get it braided. And now you charging for parts? Listen, the game is all messed up right now. Here's my theory. I'm talking to my stylist when I see her, because I go to somebody who actually offers a full service. When you step foot into the door, you're going to get your hair washed as part of the service, and then she will take care of your hair, style it, and then you walk out, because everything is done in the shop. You know why? Because she's licensed. That's what I think it is. I think a lot of these people out here are just trying to get as much money as they can. I'm not knocking the self-taught hustle, but don't hustle my pockets talking about somebody charging me to part my hair. How dare you?
Get your head up.
This ain't even like, oh, a starter lock, so I gotta part your hair a certain way. She said, no, I charge for parts, period.
How much was it?
I mean, she gotta braid your hair, or if she braiding your hair, she has to part it.
It's part of the process.
Wow, per part? Is it per part? Like, cause damn, you parting the whole time that you braiding the head.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just ridiculous.
You got zero heads in the chair.
It's price gouging at this point.
Who going to this lady?
I don't know. Someone's in that chair getting their hair parted.
Somebody's wasting their money, blowing through it.
Dude, like every time I see like some black hairdressers policy go viral, like it's always like some bullshit, bro. It'd be like, you know, you got to put down a down payment, but if I'm not available on the day you won't, like, you lose the deposit. It's like, what the fuck?
I saw somebody getting charged if you fall asleep in my chair. I'm charging you extra.
What?
If you fall asleep.
You know how long you be there sometimes?
Yes.
Bro, I'll be knocked.
Hours. Man, they make a killing off y'all.
I swear.
I'm killing.
Man, hell no.
Shoot.
Damn.
So I wanted to blow the whistle on all of the schemers who are getting into the hair business. Y'all are just setting this all back. Y'all setting this all back.
Stuff.
And I'm gonna use this time to flip it to a positive and say shout out to Morph, you in the Milwaukee area. Go ahead, hit up Morph. No matter what your hair needs are. You got natural hair, she got you.
What's
You
that
got
like?
again? She got you. Morph. Look it up. MORPH. Morph, because she gonna morph your appearance, man.
Oh,
It's morphin' time.
It's more.
It's more.
one of my favorite shows. You know what I'm saying?
So shout out to Zola at Morph. Make sure y'all hit her if you want a stylist who actually knows you.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Let me see. Serena Williams is returning to tennis after being granted a wild card invitation to Wimbledon.
Let's
A
type.
wild card. What is a wild card invitation?
Why are you asking him? You know she.
No, I was speaking in general.
Yeah, wild card, like you didn't necessarily qualify because Serena hasn't played tennis since she got injured at Wimbledon last year.
Mhm.
So she hasn't qualified for the tournament.
Mhm.
So if you're a wild card entrant, like it's just kind of, we're gonna let you come and play, even though you didn't.
What did she
qualify
rank?
for it. She hasn't played in a year, so
No, I'm saying like
I'm not sure where
in
her
the tournament.
ranking is.
Don't you play your ranking?
Yeah, but when you're a wild card, you gotta earn in, and then you
Oh,
get like the
okay,
lowest
okay.
seed.
Oh, she had to play in.
Okay.
I believe so.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna be paying attention to everybody here in these sports and shit like this, who getting parts and shit. Like now, now it's all kind of fucked up out here. Like
Damn,
they changing the game, bro.
Wow. I couldn't believe when I saw that.
Ain't no way, no
Oh,
way.
you got a party and then you.
Like when I found out y'all gotta wash your own hair to come there, like I was like, what the fuck you paying there for?
I did that experience once. Woo! Try to do a story.
Yes,
How much
go
time
ahead,
we
knock
got?
it out.
Oh yeah, we definitely got time story time.
So before I got locks, I was getting braids, and the first time I got box braids, my dad's wife did them for me for free, which was cool. And the next time I want to go with somebody
Don't take
else.
so damn long.
I want to go with somebody else to get my hair done because I was in pain because my dad's wife, I didn't have my hair blow dried and she didn't blow dry it, and it was just in its natural.
Oh,
and she, I mean,
It's
she
crunchy.
had to part my hair down, and I'm tenderheaded and it hurt. So I hit up a friend and said, "Hey, where'd you get your daughter's braids done?" She said, "Oh, my girl, but it's gonna be kind of hood. I'm gonna let you know ahead of time."
Price is hood.
So what I ended up doing was I went to my stylist at the time, paid her to wash and blow dry my hair, went to a braider, and she lived, I'm not gonna say which area of the city, but it was a project, and we was in there chilling during the day. We watched all the daytime TV. Her kids was running in and out. We had to stop for a moment because there was some drama that had came up on the side.
But moves real quick.
So I had to go out to like part of my hair done to get more hair. It was a whole
day
a
affair.
whole day. Like I was at her house for like 6 hours getting some box braids, and part of it I was taking care of her kid.
Damn.
I still don't know how that part
And
happened.
she still charged you?
Oh yeah, I got charged.
Was it for the babysitting or for the hair?
She would have charged her for the baby.
Right.
Nah, not about it. How these motherfuckers working out now?
There was no discount. I just said thank you
A hearty handshake. She gave you a hearty handshake.
and went on about my.
Let me take a
life.
picture for the grill.
I was cute,
Let me take a picture for the grill.
but it was an experience. I said I'm never doing this again.
Price of beauty.
Last time I remember getting my hair braided, I sat and watched The Bone Collector. Not the Bone Collector. Was it The Bone Collector? The Denzel movie?
I ain't never seen you with braids.
Yeah.
She had to be young.
You know, it was yeah. I think last time I had braids
Before 21.
It was like I think I was 17.
Oh,
I was like, bro, I've known you for like
Yeah,
17
oh,
years.
I remember my pops dropped me off at some
Very
chick
brave.
house, and he was like, "Yeah, I know her, so she got you. She'll take care of you." You know how this shit goes.
Say that.
That explains why you don't have braids. That plug was lost immediately.
Immediately.
It's on you, bro.
It is on me. All right. Let's go with shit. Might as well go here. The PGA Tour has suspended the 17 players who took part in the first LIV golf tournament. Monahan wrote, I think Monahan is the CEO or the guy. Monahan wrote that any player who takes part in future LIV golf events will face the same punishment. Players who resigned their membership before starting the LIV golf event being held outside London that began Thursday are also no longer eligible to compete in the tour events or the President's Cup. Among those now banned from the tour events are six-time major champion Phil Mickelson, two-time major champion Dustin Johnson, and longtime Ryder Cup participants Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood, and Sergio Garcia. I was like, "Man, this is the perfect time for Tiger Woods to come back. Go ahead, just run through shit."
They offered Tiger $100 million, and he was like, "No,
It was more than that.
it was more than that."
Bill got 200 mil.
Right, but Tiger probably got half a
Tiger-
billion.
Oh, yeah, he got half a
Tiger was
billion.
close to a billion.
Had to be.
I was like, when do I fly out?
And some of these cats was like, "Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that shit. You know, it's against my. I don't think it's right." And then 2 days later, yeah, you know, I'll be
That
over
was
there.
Nicholson.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was his
everybody was
ass.
like, "Oh, that bag was heavy, huh?"
He was talking big shit 2 days. Then 2 days later, he was like, "All right, he on the plane and shit."
Cash me out.
After thinking about it, and cashing a couple checks.
They showed me the real money.
No, that's literally blood money. But
Facts.
Yeah.
It is gross. But hey, shout out to the PGA Tour. Well, you know, and some people are like, "Oh, the PGA Tour been making money and did this, didn't have to get their relevancy and shit like that." But they ain't kill nobody to make no money, or because of the fact that they wanted to expose some shit. But hey, teach his own.
Oh,
I said what I said last week.
Yeah,
I ain't waiting back in there. I'm gonna keep the bad news train rolling. Actually, I don't even know if this is necessarily bad news. Charlotte center forward Montrezl Harrell is facing felony drug charges after the authorities said he was found with vacuum sealed bags of marijuana in his car at a traffic stop.
You say a marijuana?
I'm almost sure it's 3 pounds.
Can I buy one
Oh,
weed?
5
Can I have
pounds.
one weed, please?
One weed,
One weed,
please.
One marijuana.
Yeah, he had sealed bags of marijuana. I think it was about 3 pounds. He was charged with trafficking less than 5 pounds of marijuana. If convicted in the court, he can face up to 5 years in prison, which is bullshit because marijuana is legal like in half the country.
Exactly.
So what's wild is I listened to a pod about stocks, marijuana stocks, and stuff like that. And this was actually one of the stories today.
Was it Wall Street Trap?
No, it was Cannabis Daily or something like that. But
No free plug.
it's something like that because I don't think that's the actual name, but it's close. And they was just like, that was the second half of the story. It's like a 5-minute pod, but they was like, yeah, I don't think that he's gonna get convicted because apparently the governor of Kentucky is trying to legalize medical marijuana via executive action, something like that. So they let most he probably get a couple like a fine or two, but they don't think you actually will see court. But it's the fact that it actually happened is the issue, because then the league now gonna have to step in and do their thing, because of course the leagues can't not do nothing.
I mean, like they're not testing the weed. Like yeah, nobody should still be in jail for marijuana offenses, and nobody should be going to jail for marijuana offenses.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Like seriously. And like I don't know weed like that, but 3 pounds ain't like it's a lot, but it ain't like
He could have just been.
It was Kentucky law.
He could have just been smoking that himself.
that's what, like it's enough. Like a long weekend, you know.
A long weekend, 3 pounds. Jesus Christ.
a lot, my God. Shit.
I know.
Like you know,
He was
like
going on
you got
vacation.
the
you know,
people that
like,
he
fuck.
kicking it with,
Sure.
like you
Pass
know,
it
like
around.
they can just be a part. Like it's not like
Now he
I mean, I guess
distributing.
that's private.
Right, it wasn't. I distributed.
Damn it. When you put it that way.
But okay, it could be like a personal stash. Like
Yeah.
he's just like I want to stock up, so I got.
It was cheaper to buy this much.
Hey,
I mean,
hold
what you
on,
want me
hold
to
on,
tell
hold
you? What you want me to tell you?
I don't know what the
I ain't
got a
buying
deal
nickel.
on
I
it.
ain't buying nickel bag.
But had he not been in Kentucky when he got pulled over,
Yeah,
he'd have been straight.
yeah.
That's part of the problem with current marijuana regulation in this country is that it varies from state to state. What needs to happen, Joe? Hey, Joe, looking at you. This is for you. Legalize marijuana federally.
Bro, I gave up on that nigga.
I say
Yeah.
Schumer trying,
I've
bro.
been done with his ass.
Schumer said he trying. He's trying to legalize the
his
banks.
ass gonna profit from it.
Wow. Y'all know you like to make money. You can make money off this marijuana. So yeah.
Let's see.
He wasn't the only Charlotte forward to get in trouble with illicit substances. Forward Miles Bridges accidentally posted
Ain't no damn accident.
a picture of a joint and a cup of some type of purple liquid to his IG.
In a
He
styrofoam cup.
Leaning.
Those who know.
Yeah, he claims it was pink lemonade. I ain't never seen no pink lemonade that color.
I ain't never seen no
That
purple.
put the purple drink.
Come on now.
Big
It's
lemonade.
that
What
purple drink,
flavor was
baby.
purple?
The purple drink.
You got a great pink lemonade?
Sugar purple water.
Now I personally don't partake in the lean business because that's just like
In the
drinking-
lean business.
you know.
Crosser.
I mean, it's-
Literally.
I've
That's what it
I've
is.
done it before. I won't ever do it again.
Oh, you got like fucked up. You out here wilding.
I was down south and shit. You know, that's
They do that different.
So
But
Cuz was like, bro, man, I
Nah,
literally
good.
was
I'm not
leaning,
gonna
bro.
incriminate anybody on this podcast, but like I was having a conversation with older, not anybody on this.
Oh, I was
podcast.
about to say,
I'm
like,
saying,
wait.
on this
Hey,
podcast-
everybody looking at each other. Oh, shit.
on this
What you
podcast,
did?
I will not incriminate anyone else.
Okay.
There we go.
I was having a conversation. They're just like, "Oh yeah, I tried coke before." I'm like, "What?"
No, that's casual now.
Right? That's what I'm just like.
Nope.
It was-
Nope.
A little bump.
I'll tell you off air, but like it was like,
Oh, yeah,
yeah. I was just like,
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bump.
Nope.
like the way that it was so casually. Yeah, I tried. I had weed. And then I tried coke in college. I'm like, bro.
we have an offline conversation.
Yeah.
But my point about the lean is that it can resemble, like, that's why I know, like, it ain't a pink lemonade by itself. There was some Sprite with some lean and like a Jolly Rancher mixed in there or something. I know the tricks.
I know the tricks.
I know the recipe.
I mean, I did it, you know.
I don't drink it myself, but I know what goes into
I mean,
the
she
process.
could just listen to a rap song and figure it out. Like,
Yes, that's very true. Codeine crazy.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, how do I want to say this? the person in my life
Person in your life.
who partakes
Okay.
told me that they did not want me to ever take a sip from said bottle.
Oh yeah,
And that's all I need to know.
almost died that night.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Crazy as
I
hell.
ain't
I need
what?
to hear this story. It ain't gotta be on the air. We can
Oh,
talk
I can
about
tell it. Man.
Crazy as hell.
that. He's almost
There's
done.
certain things like I know for a fact that me and Coke, no.
Oh, absolutely
No.
not.
Dog, you are like,
No.
Bobby Brown, what you mean, nigga?
No.
What?
There's certain shit I'm like, yeah, that ain't new.
That ain't for
You
me.
you and that ain't gonna mix at all. At all. Not a no.
You do coke, we gotta take you somewhere so you just dance the shit out. He gotta dance it out his system.
you know, like Terry Crews and white chicks.
You gotta dance it out your
Like
system.
no, buddy. Mm-mm.
One last illicit drug point, and we can move on.
No, we all over the map.
Hey, it's,
Hey man.
Hey,
it's the summertime.
it goes with the stories.
It does.
This remind me of like one of them early episodes was how this shit in douche house. Like, we was
Hey, whenever it got hot in that motherfucker, we just didn't give a fuck, bro. We just whatever came to mind came to mouth, bro. Like, hey,
I have to say, I miss those days sometimes of recording in Duke's crib.
kidnapping Eric.
Oh, but we kidnapped Eric. Took
It
him
was
to
the
the party.
greatest. It was the greatest.
Oh man,
It was the best.
that was such a good day. Anywho,
We were so excited.
we were, but we realized what was
Yeah,
happening.
Hell yeah. We had a pearls back then.
We definitely no, we had
At some point, we're gonna have to figure out a way to have a
Clip show.
yes.
It's just it's
That's
so
all I was gonna
many,
say, but
though.
yeah.
It's just so much.
Shoot, I can pull up a clip right now. I'll pull up a clip my next turn around. But it is my turn, right?
I believe
yeah,
so.
I was the Hornets.
Yes, that's right. I'll just knock off the NFL transaction news.
For sure. Money.
So the Broncos and the Walton Penner family have entered into a purchase and sale agreement to acquire Broncos for $4.65 billion. That is more than double from what the Carolina Panthers went for 4 years ago.
Four more LeBrons.
Four and a half.
This is 4.5.
You need Jordan, Tiger, LeBron, and then
And then you still need
You
some
need
white
some
man
help.
help.
you need some more.
Yeah, white money.
It's expected to take 60 to 90 days for the purchase to be approved and the deal to be closed. No issues are expected. As for the Rams, after signing Aaron Donald 2 days later, they extended Cooper Kupp with a 3-year contract worth $80 million.
Where's money coming from?
AKA Jeremy Grant. Just to put it in perspective.
So
Damn.
now Cooper got $110 million over the next 5 years. He's under contract in 2026.
AKA De'Aaron Fox.
Damn.
The Raiders are signing Pro Bowl wide receiver Hunter Renfrow to a
Mhm.
2-year, well, I should say re-signing or extending is the right word there. Extending him for a 2-year, $32 million extension, including $21 million guarantees. That's a big time payday for the slot machine. That's a cold nickname. You a slot receiver, the slot machine.
That's dope.
I like that.
And he played for Vegas.
I like that.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that
It fits all
that's
around.
dope, yeah.
It's a perfect nickname. I like that. Congrats on the checks, fellas. Commanders coach Ron Rivera, he fined defensive coordinator, right, Jack Del Rio, $100,000 for his comment referring to the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol as, quote, a dust-up, end
Oh,
quote.
what team were you coaching for, sir?
Also, Jack Del Rio deleted his Twitter account a day after he got
I
fined.
bet.
They was like,
I mean, that
delete
was
all that
right.
shit.
Well, no, that tweet cost him $100,000. Like,
If they would have kept scrolling back, it would have been a couple of bits more. 'Cause I went to his timeline, I just scrolled past, and I just still don't understand the disconnect.
There's a lot of cats. I forgot who I was listening to, but they was like, hey, we know Jack outside of this, like, that's how he is.
Mhm.
I'm like, damn, bro.
I mean, honestly, like football coaches, like it don't surprise me. Like that's their main demographic. Like if you look at the background of most football players, like yeah, they going. But he also like compared it, like okay, like how come they can protest for
Black
George
Lives
Floyd and Black Lives Matter, but we, it's a little dust up at the Capitol. Like
that's part of the crux of the disagreement here. There's no way we can call what happened on January 6th a dust up. It was a siege.
It was a coup.
Yeah, it was a coup.
Like they were trying to overthrow the government. It's not our fault. Like they were just incompetent.
They definitely
like
were.
you can't legislate intent.
And they were looking for certain politicians to cause physical harm. So
They was chanting, "Hang Mike Pence, bro." Like, come on.
and Pence was on their side.
Exactly. That's y'all man's. Like, what is y'all? What is wrong with y'all?
Man, boys, I gotta do my job, fam. Like I gotta.
Like, y'all tripping.
It's on you.
All right. Liberty's, how you say her last name? Sabrina Ionescu is the first WNBA player to ever record a triple-double in 3 quarters. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists in 3 quarters. Yeah, she was cooking. She ended the game with 27, 13, and 12. But they did lose.
I mean, she been hurt, the last 2 years?
She got hurt in her first season in the bubble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then she was hurt a little bit last year.
Because the recovery because the seasons were so.
But she was a triple-double machine, so now she getting back to what she used to be.
3 quarters, that's impressive.
Mama been jealous.
Yeah. I saw that there was a White Mamba doc that came out today, like a short ESPN doc on Diana Taurasi and Vanessa Bryant's commentating it. I need to check that out. But I just wanted to put that out there.
That's dope.
It's like a quick, I think it's on like the ESPN app or something.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Quick hint.
I like Taurasi.
And to have Vanessa doing, I guess, some nice stuff. I like that.
Okay. All right. Sacramento has been open to hearing trade offers for the number 4 selection, especially given that they are looking to bring in a new face that they can pair with De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis to possibly make a playoff push during the 2022-23 season. Talent such as Malcolm Brogdon for the Indiana Pacers, Julius Randle for the New York Knicks, John Collins for the Atlanta Hawks, and Jeremy Grant for the Detroit Pistons have been brought up in elite circles in connection to the Kings and their 4th overall selection in this year's draft. As of right now, no formal trade offers have been made for the pick involving any of the players mentioned above. As of right now, though, all players other than De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis and Davion Mitchell are said to be available in trade talks pertaining to the Kings. Yeah, y'all traded Halliburton last year like y'all just did, like he was a good piece and shit. Now all of a sudden, we need more pieces. Oh,
that's because they.
I mean, they got some bonus.
Because they're trying to win now, which I think is foolish to try to do in this situation with where that team roster is currently. Like, it's one thing if you are Philly and you okay, we got Joel Embiid. We might have James Harden. We got something here. We're gonna try to push our chips in right now and maximize Embiid's window to win this championship.
I'm with you, but they probably will. Tim.
What
he said they better not give the number 4 pick for Jeremy Grant.
Like a better for that is Portland. Portland has Dame. He's 30 plus. If you want to win with Dame, you kind of got to make that happen now. So drafting somebody at number 7 that's 19 years old that might hit in 5 years. And even if he has a good rookie season, it's still a rookie 19, 20-year-old. It's not going to change the fortunes of your team today. Even if you had the number 1 pick, that's still not going to do anything for Dame's prime. So it makes sense to trade that for an already established player. Going all in with 26-year-old Sabonis and 25-year-old De'Aaron Fox when
not even sure is a proper pairing.
Right.
It feels
they're
foolish.
better. I get it because Sacramento hasn't made the playoffs, in 4 presidential terms. Damn. I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of this is an opportunity to kind of reset your franchise, or at least the age gap isn't so crazy to where you bring in a Jaden Ivey or Keegan Murray or whoever. They can kind of somewhat be on the timeline of the other players that they have on the roster.
The Kings have not made the playoffs since the 05-06 season.
Like I said, actually, shit, I might have undersold it. It might be
17
5 or 6.
years. Damn.
They saw Bush, Bush, Obama 2 terms for Obama, and then you had a Trump term, and then you got a Biden term.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's rough, bro.
But if they are, so here's my thing with the Kings. That's kind of where I'm I don't think it's smart for y'all to be doing this right now. But if you are, I can get why you would, given the fact that most people are in agreement that the 4th best player in this draft is going to be Jaden Ivey. If you're in a win now mode, I'm not sure of his fit on that team. So if that's the case, you might as well try to get somebody who you know is an established presence. So I get what they're thinking. I don't think it's the right train of thought to have with this team at the current conjunction.
And like that's why pairing Fox and Sabonis was so weird to begin with, because like they aren't like a seamless fit. Like if it's a player, if it's like Trae Young and John Collins, it's like okay, like get us a rim running big, or like get us more wings. Like they're natural. Like okay, like this is the third piece. So, like you have Giannis and Chris Middleton. It's like oh yeah, we need a Drew. I was going to Drew Bledsoe shit. You need a Drew Holiday. Like that pairing is kind of weird on its own. So like finding a third piece that fits is kind of like
you're forcing it,
threading the needle
Right.
from 50 yards or whatever it is. Like so like even the people that they've named off as possible targets, like
Underwhelming.
Brogdon, Randall, Collins, Grant, like none of those are like fit. Like Collins is redundant, Randall is redundant.
I can see Grant.
Brogdon,
Collins, you can put Collins next to Sabonis and have a little.
who's
bit.
gonna protect her?
Yeah, Collins.
Collins
Collins is the rim protector.
Which, not ideal.
I rest my case. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Fair.
yeah, Jeremy Grant, I guess makes the most sense. But again, like you giving up the 4th pick in the draft for Jeremy Grant, like
Yuck.
I mean,
Sorry, Jeremy Grant.
right?
No
it ain't like
Like,
that,
I
bro.
thought
Like,
it
you
was
be
pushing.
hooping.
I thought it was pushing it for him to be mentioned for like the 7th pick, but like it makes sense because Dame wants him. Like Dame, you bend over backwards to make sure that he stays long term. Like,
And he's a good wing that plays defense and can give you some buckets. So
No, for sure. But
and they already have Harrison Barnes, so it's
he old now.
he's probably younger than Jeremy Grant. Like,
Is he?
They're
No, I
around the
think
same.
Jeremy-
No,
age.
I'm gonna say
Jeremy
Harrison
Grant
Barnes is in his mid-30s now. ain't he?
No, he's not. Like he might be 29.
I'm looking at
Harrison
Jeremy Grant.
Barnes? I thought he's like 33.
Jeremy Grant is 28.
Harrison Barnes is 30, so they're essentially. And he just turned 30 on May 30th.
No, Harrison
Oh,
Barnes is an
shit.
old 30.
Right, I was this motherfucker forever. He's for the original Golden State. I thought he was like 25 in.
He was one
It ain't like that, but he ain't like that. Right, like 4th pick. I don't know.
Then again, like the 5th pick got traded for like Mike Miller. So what do I know?
I mean, like you said, Jeremy Grant with the 7th pick makes a lot more sense.
Mhm.
And I can definitely, New York is going to try to get Jaden Ivey with all their power. And if all they got is Randall to dangle, hey, maybe Sacramento is dumb enough to be like, yes.
They like their bigs. They do like bigs.
I would hope they would.
Again, Jeremy Randall's like slightly better than John Collins. Like I don't know. Again, like how that fits.
Can he fit with Sabonis though? Sabonis likes to
That's
pass
the
too. And Randall could stretch the floor a little bit.
Randall ain't no rim protector either, though.
No,
So
he
now you
not.
got-
Also, Randall needs the ball in his hands.
And we ain't worried about defense apparently. Not down
all
in the
we here
post.
for.
I mean, shit, pairing De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, like, no, you're not. You're not concerned about this.
Damn, Sacramento has a. They pick it next year. They ain't drafting this year. They're gonna draft next year.
in Sacramento. So, who thinks Sacramento will trade the number 4 pick?
I think they'll trade it. I think they'll trade it.
I think, like, I'm trying to weigh different factors. Like, their GM is basically like in the last year of his contract, and you know that Sacramento will turn over real quick.
Mm-hmm. He gonna make his last
So you
mark.
right? Like, he
One
gonna
last
be
push for the
desperate.
playoffs.
Save his
Yeah,
job. They fuck
right.
the playoffs. Save his job.
I mean, that's
That's-
but
I think
playoffs
to
is
make
what
the
he needs
playoffs
to
is how
do
you
to
gotta-
keep his job.
So, like, I think they will go for immediate help. It's just like I don't know who's available. That's
Ooh, Triple T said trade Fox and start Mitchell.
I mean, that's 110 million that you got to trade.
I mean, they like he still has value around the league. Like, it may not be as high as it was before he signed that deal.
I am a fan of that Triple T. I love Davion Mitchell,
Yeah.
but so I'm biased, but
Off night. I fuck with it, dude. I really do. I like him at Baylor.
Yeah.
Definitely when I seen, I was like, who the fuck is this dude?
Like, he's talented, but I don't know if he's a lead guard.
well, I'm not sure either. But
But that's all.
be on the
Like I'm saying, like
bandwagon.
you might be better off. Like you have a 4th pick, you have Mitchell, you have pieces that have value around the league. Like maybe this is your hit the reset button. But again, like you have a
Different
GM that's under heavy pressure. You just hired Mike Brown, which isn't like a
developmental
tanking coach.
take your time
Like,
coach. Yeah,
Could we see them trade Fox and maybe the 4th to move up to 2 or 3 and try to get Chet?
I don't think that trade works money wise.
I mean,
Wait, no,
no,
but
because
also
the
OKC.
Thunder have like 31 million
Yeah.
under the tax.
Like they
floor.
have the money, they have the
I wouldn't do
picks,
that if I was not for.
and they need a guard. They need a point guard.
I do think that Oklahoma City it is open for business. Whether that, I don't think that trade does anything for them because again, you have SGA. Like their backcourt is pretty set with SGA, Giddey, Dort.
We went into detail on that for our Thursday show, so check that out.
Overtime, TGN, exclusive YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know what Sacramento can do.
Shay?
I think they will trade the pick. I don't think that's the smart thing for them to do, but I think that is to what we kind of alluded to on the overtime episode. You should just draft Jaden Ivey and then see which of these guards works out and then trade whichever one don't.
Now, to that, like then, yeah, like trade Fox, like between Ivy and Mitchell, like you should have enough creation.
There.
Trade Fox for something else that fits
Add
better
to-
with.
exactly.
Get you a wing, or a
Or
rim
big.
protector.
Which is crazy because they have Rashawn Holmes, who is a pretty decent rim protector, but like they tried playing him and Sabonis together, and that shit did not work. So, like, I think Sabonis is the piece that doesn't fit.
I
Like,
was
it's
saying,
like
maybe
trying to
Sabonis.
find, like,
And they went out their way to go get that. Man.
He ain't working out with no bigs.
like I don't know what. Like he had Miles Turner, which is a rim protector who can shoot threes, and like that was a clunky fit for
Man,
forever.
that was terrible.
And like I don't know like what type of big ideally works best with him because he can't protect the rim. He also isn't like a really good outside shooter, so like he doesn't stretch the floor. So you need somebody that's gonna stretch the floor. You also need somebody.
But you would have thought you had Miles Turner to a certain degree, like you just
Again,
said.
like, I don't know
And
what-
That's a good. I never thought about that before. That's valid.
Honestly, like, that's
Yeah.
like I don't know what.
That wouldn't work out either because he's still in his way. He's still clogging the damn paint.
Triple J.
They ain't
But even
good
still,
with
like
But
that.
still, it's like that's like a souped up Miles Turner a little bit.
it. And he
Triple
don't
C.
shoot the three as well.
Sabonis is a weird big as far as the fit. Yeah, he is, and he can't guard. He cannot guard.
That's the point.
forwards.
Like it's like he can't guard forwards, but then he also can't protect the rim. It's kind of like with Randall too. Like Randall's that type of big where it's like he can't really step
my
out,
God.
and so
That'll be worst case scenario if they put them two together. It's like
which actually like makes
Oh,
me,
they get cooked.
which actually makes me rethink my whole Paolo love. Like that's gonna be
like
his.
his fit.
Yeah, like his upside is like a better Julius Randle.
I saw him as a comp for him that they have listed.
Like you know what I mean? Like it's still like a 4 who can only guard 4 that's not going, you know, like can't bump up to 5.
Can't guard up or down.
Not really.
It's just where he is. But he gives you so much offensively that you just
And
try
he
to hide
rebounds.
him. Yeah, you try to hide him.
Interesting.
Yeah, make sure I check out overtime for more NBA draft talk. Who just did the last one?
That was me.
That was you, Eric. Where we
That
at?
was definitely where I was about to go. We can talk. We can keep the NBA trade talk going. The Nuggets are trading for Michael Green and a protected 2027 first round pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder for the 30th pick in this month's NBA draft and 2 future second round picks. So the Thunder started the draft process with 4.
Hey, dude, can you highlight Triple T's last comment? That's worth being up on the big screen there. Sacramento they are the Knicks of the West.
Yeah.
Probably more dysfunctional, which is
And actually, I would
Says a
say
lot.
it's even worse because like at least New York has
Been to
they're
the
in New York.
playoffs.
Well, I mean they're in New York, so like they actually have if they can get their shit together, like even if Sacramento gets their shit together, like they're still in Sacramento. Like the degree of difficulty is infinitely higher, which actually speaks to the dysfunction of the Knicks, I guess. I just talked myself around here. But the Thunder did start off with 3 top 34 picks. And there's no way that they were going to roster that many rookies. So I wouldn't be surprised if they trade even more picks before the end of the draft
I
process.
could kind of see them trading the second pick too.
Again, like I think Oklahoma City is open for business. If they don't love any of the people at the top,
I love
Chet.
you know I feel about Chet. That's Ken dude, but
Yeah, that's my dude, bro.
I feel like Chet. We can.
And they got 1 million picks next year and the year after too.
I hear you, but Chet is a defense. Like Chet is somebody who should theoretically be on the board, who is a scheme fit
Mhm.
and like best player available fit. depending on how like you view him. We all can say he's gonna be top 3. So like it's one of those worst situations where it works out on both ways. Where it's like we need front court help. He is one of the best defensive players in this draft. Like
It is very interesting at the top of the draft because like there isn't like a clear cut. Like usually like there's like there's a Zion or there's a Luka or.
And that's why I can't wait to watch this draft because it's so many people who are like just together. Where you're like, I don't know who's gonna go where, and it's gonna be fun watching how their landing spots help shape what they become too. So I'm looking forward to the draft.
Yeah, Triple T, you got to watch overtime. We get address that point.
Oh yeah, Chet. Yeah, Chet. As I said, Chet looked like me out there. I might be bigger than Chet actually at this point. He's 7 foot 195, fam.
Yeah, bro. 195. A brisk
7
win.
foot.
The crazy thing
A
is,
brisk win to knock my man's out. bro.
The breeze niggas.
there is a taller and skinnier player in the draft. John Butler from Florida State.
He's
He's
7'2",
7'1", like 180 maybe.
No.
Sticks and Skeletor out there.
Shoot, that's oof.
All right.
All
So
right.
what we got left?
That was Eric, so it's on me. I'll knock out the.
Sorry, he's 7'1", 190.
Florida State.
Yep, John Butler Jr.
Wow.
These dudes be looking like me, fam. I kind of want them to succeed.
Ain't no way I got him on my draft board, nigga. But that picture was looking like that, bro. I'm like, I can't do it.
And sometimes it just.
Well, my son is 5, bro. He a baby dude, bro. Come on, bro.
All right, Tim, just work that Mr. Wilson off, bro. You good, all right?
Ain't nothing to be said about if you weigh more than Chet.
No, you can't weigh more than Chet.
Of course, yeah.
I almost weigh more than
I
Chet.
damn near came out the womb weight more than that, nigga, bro.
Man, let's see. I'll knock out the NBA transactions as well. So, Golden State assistant Kenny Atkinson, he has agreed to become the new head coach of the Charlotte Hornets on a 4-year deal. Shout out to Kenny. We had a pretty good conversation last week about Kenny or D'Antoni and which one he preferred with that team. So I'm happy Kenny got a shot. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with Charlotte. And everybody did the other one. So yeah.
The links. Oh shit.
My fault. I deleted what just happened.
The Lynx, Sylvia Foles, a 2-time NBA champion and Finals MVP, is out indefinitely with a cartilage injury in her knee.
It's rough. It's supposed to be her last season too.
How well are they doing? I haven't been really watching the Lynx section.
I'm saying you.
Yeah, I haven't been watching them
I
like
haven't
that.
caught
Though.
up.
Yeah, I've been watching my Sparks.
I know you was happy when Derek Fisher got the boot.
Yeah, bro, like get him. He should have been.
Oh, yeah,
gone.
you got an ISO for a couple minutes. Sorry.
I'm looking up the standard.
Derek Fisher.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Lynx in last place, by the way.
Ooh.
They 3-11.
Oh,
They played 9 leagues.
that's why I see why I haven't been watching.
Right, just go ahead and rest, Sylvia.
Oh, they're doing the WNBA commissioner stuff.
Now?
Mm-hmm. Like the game, Seattle against
the mid-season game.
On
The
what?
mid-season cup.
All right, well, I guess I'll finish this out. Chicago guard forward Zach LaVine is expected to resign with the Bulls once free agency begins on June 30th. And last but not least, 16-year-old Olivia Moultrie became the youngest player in National Women's Soccer League history to score a goal. I actually watched the goal. It wasn't bad. Like the soccer players.
Oh boy.
When the goalie kicks y'all the ball to clear the shit out, stop playing around the goal with the ball. They was sitting there. She's right there in front of the damn goalie, supposed to kick the ball out to a teammate. Got the ball stolen right in front in the box. Stole the ball in the box. So hold on, let me go back. What's her name again? Hold on, let me go ahead. Moultrie came through. No, towards the bottom. She just gave her a nice little one-touch pass.
Mm-hmm.
Easy money. Like, bro, stop playing with the ball in the box, and y'all won't give up goals. But congratulations to her because you still got to finish. Still got to finish. So congratulations to her on becoming the youngest to score a goal in the National Women's Soccer League.
That's dope.
So
Congratulations.
before we move on to close the show and everything, I have 2 options of a throwback tech file clip for you. And this is just me looking at the pictures. Actually, I'm gonna give y'all 3 options.
All right,
y'all want to reminisce over the time when Tim had like a very quick but hot 40-second rant about why he hates LeBron James and his fans? Do you want to hear us discussing how we can't play R. Kelly and how Alexa can get you into trouble?
Oh, that's so funny.
I remember that one.
That was funny.
Or do we want to hear Ken reacting to a heartbreaking Bears loss that came at the hands of Aaron Rodgers?
Nobody wanna hear
I
that
would
shit.
love to hear that
I
one.
don't want to hear that shit.
I would love to
I
hear
don't
that
want to
one.
hear
Yeah.
any Aaron Rodgers. Right?
There you go. Hey, brr, 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 brr.
Well, you won't in that clip because he's not praising Aaron Rodgers at all.
Yeah, but it's because of Aaron Rodgers. Just tell him.
You
We
may
do
have
the
said
R.
that.
Kelly clip.
Yeah, I
R.
was gonna
Kelly?
say whatever in the middle.
Robert. Robert.
All right. Okay. Y'all do like a whoosh sound for me so we can.
Huh?
I can't just plug it up directly into the comments.
All right, what we got?
Okay. Here we go.
That's harsh facts, though.
Okay.
Fuck him.
Fuck R. Kelly.
Exactly. Fuck him. I don't even listen to his music no more.
His movies.
I be trying.
I put a playlist on while I'm doing the do. I stop mid stroke.
Straw.
And hit next.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Just stay right there.
So you gotta get the Alexa. Just be like, Alexa,
Oh yeah.
play next song.
Yeah. I'll see. Hell
You
yeah.
know,
That's that next.
like
Ken
that.
Strong. He like, hey Alexa, who the fuck is?
Oh, go fuck that
All
Alexa.
stroking is over.
Go fuck that Alexa bitch then. Baby, it's the Thursday. Baby, it's the right here. She's here all the time. Hell, you be talking to the bitch. Dollar said you act like she ain't here.
You know, brand new.
You know I love you, girl. Stop that. Stop acting like that, girl.
Can't laugh, man. All right, so that's a throwback. That's a throwback. Take file clip.
Shit, with the way YouTube be, they gonna get us out the paint for our own clip.
Boy.
You don't own the copy. What you mean I don't own the copyright? It's my shit. It's my voice.
Nigga, that's my
Ain't you seen my movies? This is how I talk.
Like Jews, that was a good one.
Deep Blue Sea, they ate me. Okay, no, that's not our shit. That's not our shit. That's not us. But Steve,
Oh, what's the comment? I know it's probably Triple T making the comment about Alexa. Where we at with the comment? Classic hashtag. Yes.
Hey,
Shout out to Triple T. Because that
Hey,
man
day
has
one.
been rocking with this pod
one.
from day one. From day one. We're gonna have to, we're gonna do a full clip show at some point. But it's a lot of work to do a clip show.
dude,
We
it's
gotta-
so
We
many.
have a lot of episodes.
So many.
So many golden memories. I don't,
254.
shoot, we got some memories that never make the light of day.
yeah.
Boy.
I still wish I would have heard whatever y'all
Boy.
said about
Dog, that was
Kane.
Boy.
that was the greatest episode, bro.
That was the one that was gonna take us to Hollywood.
I swear, that was it, bro.
That was the one
That was our ticket, bro. I had never felt so on fire, bro. I was like, bro, this is it, bro.
Dog.
dog.
Then when Eric get on and old girl in the background do says she back there getting her shit off.
Triple T said,
Oh,
cue
kill
the
it.
drop.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
I'm glad that shit's over. We passed that phase in our life. We've moved on. We've grown. We've matured past that. There's no need. No need for none of that.
Hell yeah, man.
No need for any of that. We are done
Hilarious,
with
bro.
Oh, man. All right.
Hilarious.
He would be so frustrated.
Every time we say cue the drop,
Oh,
God damn it.
that used to be so hilarious.
that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh,
I'm glad. Growth. Hey Tim, you can go now.
Oh,
That's the end of the
boy.
show, bro. Go on,
I'm
go
not
on
we
now.
gonna read Tim comment because if you don't know what cue the drop means,
No, because
then-
I don't want to be the new drop.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, Ken.
no,
he almost did, but he
He
stopped
almost-
himself. He
yeah.
stopped himself. He did not want to be the new
oh,
drop.
he set me up.
All right. We gonna because this is the holiday episode, we did plan to end with the top 5. So we're gonna do a top 5 draft. Nah, we
Nope.
good.
They already got a draft this week. Let's know what's going on.
That is very
There
true.
you go.
Mhm.
And also, it is hot. I am ready to go home and eat.
Hey,
Yo,
Hello.
That's what he said.
personal.
The mayor watching the live stream, like, yes.
He flipped the bib like, let's go.
You ain't the only one.
Fork and knife, let's
You ain't the
go.
only one.
Bone appetit.
Speaking of the mayor, though, shout out to him. Today is our wedding anniversary. We have been married.
And
Shout
she
out
here
every
record a
anniversary.
podcast for y'all.
On the anniversary.
On our anniversary.
It really is gonna be some evenings for y'all.
Uh-huh.
7 years. So shout out to the mayor. Definitely
out,
has
man.
been my number one fan with all the stuff we've been doing with tech. Just supporting. Honestly, the last, I would probably say, like, year has been like one of my funnest years of marriage. Like, it just seems to keep getting more and more fun.
That's
The more
dope.
time we spend together. Shout out to my
Black
my
love.
boo thing.
Black love.
Even though he won't wear matching outfits with me, he didn't respond to the
He
text.
said no.
He doesn't. All it said was no. It was no.
No
No,
elaboration, no nothing. Just,
Nah, boss.
No.
No,
Just
nah,
no.
I'm good, boss.
And I said, I want him. He didn't respond. I was like, please. And he just like, nah.
all you gotta do is trick him. Just trick him into it. Yeah, just get him. Like he gonna have some.
You just set it up.
What I do, she puts her clothes on first, and then I just go ahead and match.
He don't want to do that.
Don't matter. She ain't got no choice. She already dressed out. She got the outfit and everything.
Oh, you talking about me to do
That's
what you
yep,
do?
yep. That's what I do.
Oh, hell,
And she like, we all everybody like, oh, y'all always matching.
Oh,
But
yeah.
she be like, that's his fault. Like, yeah, I wait for you to get dressed. And I'm like, all right, let me go find something real
Yeah,
quick.
you gotta catch him with the okie doke.
Hell yeah. Then we walking out the door and she realized it as we leave it. Like, fuck.
But now they're even playing
I was gonna say,
I know.
broadcast.
Put it on
So
wax.
now
The
Hey,
old
it's all right.
switcheroo.
we gonna, like normal would do something like put an outfit out. I think that's gonna be it, and then he come out with a
Last
different outfit.
second.
Yeah, but
He
Go
just
ahead
gonna
and
rip it
tear
off.
away hands.
He gonna rip it off. You thought you had me.
I was prepared for this moment.
And when we was in high school, we used to wear hooping shorts under jeans.
y'all,
Like,
y'all had to
No,
be
that was
hot.
a wild time, bro.
Y'all had to
Oh.
always be
Reckless.
bro, all you gotta be ready.
You
You
just
always gotta
stay
be
with
ready.
some shorts on and a
Stay.
drawstring backpack
Hell yeah.
with shorts in there too.
That was y'all.
Yeah, I had the drawstring. I was out here.
I always had drawstring too, but I
Flip
just
flops
had
in the drawstring. I was ready to go.
I wasn't the flip flop type.
I was flip flop.
Still not to this day.
stuff. Not even slides.
Nope.
You didn't get to take
Only
off
got the slides to run in. That's it. That's all. I ain't had them shits before. The
There
ones that I
are
did have,
so many people confused at that line. Like,
That's how I
what?
got him to running.
the slides that I did have, I gave to Sam.
That's how I had him running.
I ain't never been
You
the
know what?
thong
Let's-
sandal type, the toes all out and shit. Nope.
I wear slides. I wear slides.
I'm definitely getting them tech file slides ASAP.
Yeah, definitely. I seen them. I was like, yeah.
It's like, need these. All right, we're gonna get out of here though. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all have a beautiful Juneteenth weekend celebrating the
Mhm.
holiday. Stay safe.
Absolutely.
Do your part. Send a black person some money. Reparations.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Do it.
My cash app is $sign the Eric J2.
Mine,
Please
you.
and thank you.
Let's all just drop our cash apps in the outro. So someone actually did that to me. Like they just messaged me like, hey, y'all been going like black people, y'all been going through some stuff. Can I just like buy you some like just
Can I get this friend too?
I told y'all when it happened. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I
should I
remember you
accept
saying
it?
that,
And y'all was
yeah.
like, absolutely.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
All right. We out of here though. If you want to follow me on social media or what's the Cash App, all the same. Twitter, Instagram, Cash App at Camille Monet, CAMILLEMONAE.
Your mom is fancy.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
For the last time, you're reigning, still
Oh.
defending 2021
Oh.
NBA champion, Milwaukee Bucks burner on Twitter.
That's all you get.
No, it's not. Cash App. $sign the Eric J2.
There's more.
Give it to me.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 on Twitter, Snapchat, and Cash App.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3 Cash App me. AKA Mr. Give It To Me. We out.
Bye, y'all. Be safe. Oh, just doing stuff for the
Boy.
Was that exactly how you had to rap?
I swear, it wasn't.
That's a cadence.
You would have to. I got all your ad libs in the tuck.
I can barely fit it when we got it. I definitely
It was
couldn't fit
tight back then. It's real tight now.